Oh, we are live. Well, I'm live.
And I'm live as well. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to our weekly discussion of American Horror Story Season 8, Apocalypse. Woo!
Season 8, Episode 8.
Ooh, the golden day.
Yeah.
Golden episode.
This was our Halloween episode, so it's very appropriate. And this episode is called Sojourn, which means in
a temporary place.
a temporary place.
So he's going to be there for a temporary time.
Temporary amount of time here.
Yeah.
So we start off with Michael finding the burned bodies.
He was not invited to the barbecue.
He wasn't.
So.
But he was invited to a potluck.
Yeah, that happens later though.
It's okay.
It's okay. You still gonna get some food in here.
He discovers that his colleagues are burned and meat is burned, and he sees it by touching her, and he's like, "No!"
But she just went for it. I was like, she was just like, yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah!" And she was like, "Yes!" And he was like, "No!" So anyway,
she took that stuff.
She liked it. I mean, Satanists seem to want to burn. So
fire, baby, fire.
Cordelia
comes up.
Yeah, she comes up to him and she's like, "Hey, yeah, your bitches are dead. And by the way, you can never find meat again because I put a spell under her in hell, and you can't find her ever. You'll never find her." And he's
never find that Waldo.
She's
never
like,
find that Waldo.
"Join me. We will do great things together. And there's goodness in your soul. You have humanity." And he was like, "I will find her and burn every last one of you, and I will enjoy it." And she was like, "Well, that went well." So
then he decides to take a walk in the woods just to clear his mind.
He walks out in the woods. Yeah, he take a walk. He needed to take a breather after that. He starts drawing like a Satan circle.
Just casual things you do in the woods.
Just, circle time.
Yeah.
And he reaches out to his father. He speaks out in the forest and he's like, "Father, tell me what to do. I will stay here. I will not eat. I will not drink until you tell me what to do." And he stays there for 4 days. And he's like having visions of little angel children.
Do you want a Fanta?
Fanta and apples and like an angel in a diaper.
There's an angel in the diaper.
He's like, "No, I'm on a mission. I gotta speak to my father." And then
goat.
The guy comes first and he's like, "Do not listen to them. Like, you're on the right path," or whatever. And then the goat comes and he's like, "Are you my father?
Are you my mama?
Are you my mama?" And the goat is like, "Meh," and then he kills it brutally, and snakes come out of it, and it's quite graphic.
And then they have like a whole Scream moment. The movie Scream is like, "What do you want from me? What do you want from me?" Which I just love because it's like a Halloween movie, so it's kind of cool to see that throwback in there.
And I think when he was having these visions, obviously they were representative of heaven and hell, and they were each calling towards him. So he's very split, and I think since he is half the devil's child and half a human, I think he really is split between humanity and like the end of everything. And what's interesting is all of the visions weren't really real. They're in his head kind of, except for the goat. Because when we zoom out and in that wide aerial shot, we see blood on the ground. And then we see him walking towards the Church of Satan in the next scene, and he has blood all over him.
Yeah.
So that part wasn't imagined. So that's kind of interesting.
So the goat was real.
Did that happen? Did the snakes happen too, or was that imagined?
I can see the snakes happening too.
Some freaky shit's going on
for Satan.
So he goes to a Satanist church.
Just a casual thing to do on a Wednesday.
And she's like really just the preacher, I guess, is like really disappointed in everyone.
No one's doing anything evil enough.
Yeah, no one's sinning enough to bring on the end of days and Satan's child. So they all kind of sold their souls for what they have. So one of the believers is like, "Hey, you look hungry. You want to come over?" And he's like, "That's really nice of you." And he's like very emotional. And he goes over to her house. She makes some soup. And she's kind of like, "I'm just, I made a deal with the devil. I sold my soul for all these riches. I have a lazy boy. I have Ryan Reynolds coming over every Friday and Brad Pitt every Tuesday or whatever.
It's a great life I live."
He fucks me till the sun comes up. It's great." And he's like, "Okay, cool. That's what it's all about then." She's like, "No, we really do want the end of time to come. And we are believers in this. We want to serve." And he was like, "Well,
bullshit.
You are going to be waiting a long time because it's me you're waiting for and I don't know what to do." And she tries to kill him with a knife. And he's like, "Well, before you kill me, see me, believer."
Scars. Look at my scars.
666 on the back of his ear. And she's like, "Hail Satan.
Hail Satan."
Then go back to the Satanist church. And they are having a human sacrifice.
Did a black mass. They got to do a human sacrifice to really kind of give you sacrifice a soul to get all the riches that you want in the world.
So
and Phil was going to do it. And
they got Phil, the accountant or CPA, whatever he was, CEO
of Gawker. I like how they did that.
Yeah.
But then the lady who fucks Brad Pitt comes in and says kind of like, "Guys, hold on. because I've got the real guy right here. And
the Antichrist. And he needs to do the sacrifice.
He's got to do it, guys.
They're like, why should he get to do it? And then he shows them back of his ear, which, by the way, the whole time I'm like, that could be a tattoo. Like, I would need some proof here. But he kills them, and then everyone is like, hail Satan. And then we are in sort of, okay, so he tells, they're at a potluck afterwards.
Oh, yes. Try my mother's
macaroni, turkey meatballs. That's what the son of Satan likes to eat.
Yes, meatballs.
And he is saying, like, I don't know what to do because the one person I could count on, the one person who gave me guidance is dead. And they're like, oh, honey, we'll find them. Like, and he's like, you can't find them. I can't even find them. She's like, yes, there are ways. She takes him to
a nice little drive down PCH.
Yeah, PCH in Malibu. Goes all the way past like Leo Carrillo and ends up in like Marina Del Rey somehow.
It looks like Marina Del Rey, but even though they're going in the opposite direction. But it's okay.
You recognize your locations.
I live here too.
So they drop him off. She drops him off, and she's like, "Just put in a good word for me with your father. I want to burn in the deepest, darkest
I want to
circle
go to the worst, best of the worst.
Okay,
so take me there. Oh hi, baby.
And then he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll see what I can do." He goes inside, and then we see Evan Peters.
Oh yeah, and Billy Eichler. I believe.
Yes, and they have these awful bowl haircuts, and
kind of like be like Andy Warhol in a way. Like I'm not even sure what that is.
Yeah, and there's
some
just
weird
little jabs at like Mark Zuckerberg again for the second time.
Yeah.
And they're like snorting coke and they're like doing their robot thing. They have like a robot that like jacks you off. And they're like, okay, well, they're working on that. And they're obviously like very full of themselves and very rich.
And then they run out of cocaine.
They run out of cocaine.
They got to call the secretary. And who's their secretary?
Who's the secretary?
Who's the secretary?
Who is it?
Who is it? Who is it? What's her name?
I don't know.
Who's her name? What's her name? We're so good at this.
I thought you knew her name.
Wait. Vonderbull.
Yes, Vanderbilt, or whatever. I can't say it.
The lady in the first couple episodes
that
played by Sarah Paulson.
She's their secretary. And she's like, hold please. And then her assistant comes in. Is like, I'm so sorry I got the coke, but there was a really bad accident on the 101. And she was like, not as bad as the accident that brought you into this world, I'm sure.
I like that.
That was like the like winner of like, the quote for this episode.
That was a good burn right there.
And she's like, you can't treat people like that. And she's like, bitch, go clear your desk. I am HR. And then she brings in the coke to them, and then their guest appears, which is...
Well, Vanderbilt goes kind of like, you have a guest, and they're kind of like, oh, shit, bring him in the back way.
Bring up the private elevator.
While they're doing their, like, spoonful of, like, cocaine, the devil's dust. Oh, yeah, it's good. The devil's here. I got some dust for him to clean up, So
they see Langdon, and Langdon's like, what's up? And they're like, okay, prove it. You're the Antichrist, whatever. Prove it. That was my thought when I first saw his tattoo. And he was like, okay. And he burns their little like sex blowjob girl into nothing. He burns her alive into nothing. And they're like, okay, hail Satan.
So let's go out and have some sushi.
And by the way, these guys have also sold their souls in order to get these riches.
We hear about how they used to work at like, Google and all these places, and kind of like we never moved up, and then we did the black mass and we killed somebody, and now we have a $1 billion company, with these awesome haircuts.
And they also get Ryan Reynolds on Thursdays, so that was a nice little like.
Ryan Reynolds got a busy week.
Guy.
Yeah,
I don't know what he did to the devil.
When I get my day? That's the wrong question. We'll figure that out later.
I'd rather have a day with Evan Peters. Just saying.
Well, maybe like Ryan Reynolds on that day.
Ooh, I would be down. So, anyways, they're like, so you want your mom back, basically, his like adopted mother. And so they're like, we can do it. We'll make you a robot mead.
You came to the right place because that's what we do and we love you.
That's what we do best. And we're going to do it right.
Satanists.
And they did.
And
they're like, one thing though, don't ever tell her she's a robot or she might kill herself or kill other people.
She's going to lose her, bionical mind.
So that's why she didn't know she was a robot in one of the first episodes we watched of this season.
The second episode.
Second episode, she finds out she's a robot. So what happens after she finds out she's a robot? Will she sabotage the present day timeline for Langdon? That's my theory that she will.
Well, isn't she already dead?
The robot's dead?
Yeah, in present time, she's dead.
How?
She died.
How?
Didn't she get poisoned or some stuff? Didn't they all poison them? I don't
know. I'm confused with timelines and how we might see like a flashback of the present time where like she's I want to see that come into play because why else would they say don't tell her she's a robot or she might kill herself or kill other people if they weren't.
Well, she knows she's a robot now in present time because she got shot and like Michael's kind of I built you back in like the image. It's like okay. I mean, what's also really interesting too in that scene. Now that she knows? Well, what's really interesting too in that scene is kind of like they tell him that kind of like she's not gonna remember you. Like you're gonna have to kind of like jog her memory a little bit. But right when she wakes up, she's like kind of like I've missed you, son. Kind of like oh that's what progress pretty fast.
Yeah, it's like I'm wondering why they throw in these little lines that is like, this is the way it's supposed to be, and then it's not. It's got to mean something.
I don't know. What do you think's going to happen next episode?
Ryan.
Do you want to get some theories out?
Yeah, let's get some theories out. Go for it.
They're all out.
Oh, wow.
I did it.
I can see them all. Like, right in there. You guys see them?
You see this one? Let's just pluck this one. Okay. This one, I believe, I lost it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my goodness. Wait, I got it back.
Okay,
it's going to be, next episode, we're going to see how, like, Mallory and the witches got under their secret spell.
Okay. So we're going to see what Cordelia did to them?
We're going to see what Cordelia does. I think Cordelia's going to go into hiding. I think at the end of the next episode, Cordelia's going to go into hiding.
Because she's dying, or?
Because Michael's building power. It's making her weaker. But, like, if she just, like, kind of, like, goes into hiding, she doesn't, like, really face the Supreme in that way and dies, and kind of hold him off a little bit. So I think we're going to see her put the spells on the girls.
Okay.
And we're going to see...
Put a spell on you.
Yes. And we're going to see Cordelia kind of, like, go into hiding. That's what I think. And also I believe that Cordelia's going to have to die for Mallory to rise. And that's going to be the last.
Antichrist.
And that's probably going to be like the last episode. But that's my theory for like the long run of it.
It's a good theory. I can see that.
Yeah. She's going to have to like kill herself.
But she probably would. She's sort of like a selfless character in a way. Like her girls come before everything, even before the end of the world.
I mean, like in the original season of The Coven, she like bludgeoned her eyes out just to have her internal sight back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's a huge sacrifice.
This is a sacrifice.
So she's not willing to
I don't know why she didn't just kill Langdon once he said, I'm going to watch you all burn. Like, why didn't she just kill him then?
But she probably didn't have enough power then. Because he knew that kind of like he was rising and she's disgrading. And so it's kind of like, okay, I got to get my forces in line and kind of figure out what's going on.
It is interesting. It will be interesting
to this attack.
It'll be interesting to see what Michael really does choose, because he does still seem a little bit torn. Like he's going along with the sacrifices and like this Church of Satan, but it's more because people are just telling him what to do.
I think it's just like a, like a little cat in the cradle kind of thing. It's just like, Daddy, I miss you.
Tell me what to do.
Tell me what to do. And eventually be kind of like, Dad, you bailed out on me so far along. I'm going over here now.
Like, sometimes he seems tender and he has like a sensitive side, and then other times he's just doing it because of the motions that he's expected to do. So he's a really interesting and deep character, and you wouldn't think the Antichrist would be, but he is. And I like that.
And we like that.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't think we had any comments on our last video.
I don't think so either, but we'll always check because that's what we do. Happy Halloween.
How was everybody's Halloween?
I had a good Halloween. I didn't have a single trick-or-treater, so all the candy is now mine.
That's great.
It's kind of sad.
Well, we got candy, so that's all good.
We got some candy!
And we got to watch American Horror Story on Halloween, which is very appropriate.
Cool.
Let's see if we have comments. No comments. Okay. So if you do have any theories or comments you would like, go ahead and post them on down below.
And
we will
read them.
We'll talk to you about them in our next video.
And we always respond to them too, like without the week. So like those me down there.
We love hearing the theories. If you have theories that like we're not talking about or heard about, like please let us know. We want to know.
Oh my goodness, so excited.
And go ahead and like this video if you like American Horror Story, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thank you. American Horror Story, day after Halloween. We did it. Woo.